Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World of Tanks 9.0, officially released not that long ago from my perspective. Okay, so this is going to be purely the preview of this thing, which looks gorgeous to me. You might think it's hideous. It's definitively special in every way, shape and form. This is an assault gun, one of the first of its kind, if not the first of its kind. Well, I guess you could argue there are a couple of others at higher tiers, but this is like a traditional assault gun. This is a tier 4 Stug, basically. Now, oh god, the textures look better, everything looks better. Sorry, I've not played a lot at all with the new test server, and this looks just amazing to me. So this is the Stug that you get, and this is very much a sniper. I mean, this is your definition of a sniper. Hide behind the bush, snipe, and earn an incredible amount of gold if you're actually good at it. This is entirely different. Now, what we are going to take a look at it. This is the fully upgraded version of it, and I have spent all of my money, and I do literally all of it. I've got 28 credits left buying this thing. I spent everything on this thing. Let's see. So I just upgraded it fully. This is pretty much the best gun you can get. You get a choice of a couple of guns here. This is a derp gun. So let me show you the derp gun. You do not want the derp gun. Oh, you do, but I don't. Actually, its penetration isn't that bad considering tier 4. 64mm, that's reasonable. But I'm going to stick for now with the 7.5 centimeter Pak 39L-48. This has obviously no turret. The APCR ammunition is ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculously expensive, but it's useless. Like, you get what? You get 200mm of penetration. You don't need it. 110 at tier 4. What are you going to face up against? You're going to face up against a KV-1. You can easily penetrate a KV-1 in its hull. Hell, even at this sort of angle, you can shoot like there-ish. And the weak spots up there, up down there, and you can easily penetrate it. So I don't really want to use this. Nor do I need to. Let's see. It has the actually can carry a bit more ammo than the Stug 3, which is, I guess, always been a problem for the Stug. It usually doesn't carry, not usually doesn't carry enough ammo, but doesn't exactly carry all too much ammo. I have run out of ammo in the Stug, and it's horrible. Now this thing is a very weird tank. When I first saw it, I expected this to be like get in the enemy's face, bounce off every shot and kill them. Then I took a look at the armor and I'm like, oh god, that's 50mm, isn't it? Yeah, that's 50mm. I wanted this to be an assault gun. I wanted this to just, you know, get in close, up and personal with the enemy and just wreck them with either high explosive or, I don't know, a bit more arcadey, if you will. Oh, that's not exactly a nice term for this kind of game. A bit more that kind of tank, but a tier 4 mini tank, the Marder 38T, gets 108mm of penetration. This thing is not going to bounce anything unless it gets shot like there, maybe. Or the gun mantlet. The gun mantlet looks ridiculously thick, but this is flat, this is flat, this is so much flatness overwhelming. I'm going to get a couple of games into it, but before we go into playing this thing, let's take a look at some of its equipment and stats in more detail now. So we have the engine. The engine can produce 440 horsepower, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not too good, but it's not too bad. its speed limit is 40 and its traverse speed is 40. If we compare it to the Stug, I mean, inevitably this thing is going to get compared to the Stug a lot. And for now, the way I see it, this is a Stug at tier 4. Obviously. But no, this is literally a Stug at tier 4. With a slightly worse gun, slightly worse speed, slightly worse armour, etc, etc. 40, so this should get a slightly better traverse speed and better penetration, better gun. Gun traverse 44 degrees, 44 degrees. View range 310. Again, exactly the same. This one has better rate of fire. Actually, sorry, this one has better rate of fire, but the standard shell damage is lower. And that is it. That is. There is not a lot to review hit points wise. This is tier 4, that's tier 5, so you can't compare them. But let's take a look at. Okay, 270. This is 260. This is a mini tank, and this thing gets more hit. Rather, this thing gets less hit points. Let's take a look at some of the other tier for Germans in particular. The new tank, the Panzer IV-D, gets 310 at tier 4. Hetzer, which I guess the Hetzer is the Stug's main competitor right now, if you will, and I'm going to compare the two for you right now. Okay, so this and this. Okay, so let's take a look. The Stug gets 260 HP. Hetzer gets 270. It's not a big difference, but I'm saying that is probably one of the lowest HPs at tier 4, and it's a Stug. It doesn't exactly need HP. It's definitely a lot heavier than the Hetzer. Engine power is the speed, but it also is heavier, so there's that. Speed limit, again, this is faster, but the traverse speed is what gets me here. The traverse speed on the Stug 3 is a lot better, and the armour is 60 to 50 frontal, and then 30 and 20 in the other end. So I guess the sloping and the gun mantling on the Hetzer can bounce. This thing doesn't look like it can bounce. Gun traverse speed exactly the same. View range, this thing has better view range. Signal range, a lot better signal range on this. Rate of fire, exactly the same. Damage, exactly the same. Penetration, I get slightly in favour of this. So the Hetzer, everyone knows what the Hetzer is. It's OP bullshit with its top gun. The Panzer IV-H is also a tank I should probably take a look at later, provided I actually get to it somehow. I think it's changed. Yeah, it's changed, hasn't it? Yeah, I think it's changed, although it could be just the new textures in the game are making me think this. Every time a new patch is released, you get this syndrome. You're like, oh god, do you know you can actually shoot things now? So not that much has changed. You just think it has. So this thing definitely looks like, besides being basically a stupid tier 4, this thing looks like you should play it to, I don't want to say maneuverability, but get in position and then weave around the same area, like get into cover, lots of bushes, and then use your everything in there. This is where, this is the natural habitat of this tank, is in some bush or in some wood somewhere. Some wood, some woods, some forest somewhere. That is definitely how this tank looks like it should be played. Let's get a game in it and see. So basically, this is I can make an Animal Planet documentary on this. And here we can see a Stug Type 3B in its natural environment, the bush. In all seriousness, though, this looks like essentially a Stug that we all know and love from tier 5, dumbed down and nerfed, put into tier 4. and now you get to play it. It's pretty low profile, worth mentioning. You can take a look at the DV2, just look at the tanks around me, and you can see it's pretty low profile. So this is definitively goes somewhere in the woods, hide, and then just with that awesome gun. I dare say one of the best guns
Auf geht's!
in Tier 4. Parting, of course, the Hetz is the dirt gun. I guess there's a couple guns that come pretty close, but this is an incredibly good gun. Mind you, it is on the tank destroyer and everything, but this is a very, very good gun. As far as the actual gun turning rotation angle, it is surprisingly small. I guess that's why it has a very good traverse speed. But moving your tank, traversing your tank with its tracks fixed down as a TD, that is not something you want to do. But it doesn't lose a lot of the accuracy. I mean, take a look at this. This thing doesn't lose a lot of the accuracy. And his aiming time is decent. I mean, this thing looks like a gun platform more than an assault gun. You just get in with your gun, hide somewhere, make sure you don't get killed by the enemies, and then you just use that gun and then stay out of harm's way, which is essentially what I'm not doing right now, but shut up. There's Hetz. Again, great penetration on this tank. Continue to get into these positions. Do damage to tanks like the Hetzer, even though the is angled pretty heavily against them. Alright, there's a first kill. Go. Let's get around this rock. Use it for cover while we're rotating. I guess like what would make this tank a lot better would be having good armor. It would make it bottom line overpowered to have good armor, like let's say 70 or 80 millimeters, and a bit more angled. That would make this tank bottom line overpowered. I think it would be one of the best Tier 4s. Tier 4 again, usually known as a horrid place to be in. It doesn't exactly have a lot of good tanks. It does have some fun tanks, but a lot of bad tanks as well. So, and again, the penetration on this gun is incredibly good. You can see me going through that Hetzer like a knife through butter. Angle doesn't matter; just went straight through. Again, an incredibly good gun. The armor. Let's just put it like this. Let's hope you never get to test the armor on this thing, because it's not very good. But I guess like at a ridiculous angle, if you get shot in the upper part of your tank, I guess then it can bounce. But please don't rely on it, because you're gonna have a bad game if you do. Okay, let's have a Covenanter. I like this one.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Reminder, you can shoot through buildings now, right through cover and whatnot. I don't want to do a review of this patch, but there is a lot coming and a lot new that has made the game very, 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 in my opinion at least, very better. Very better, checking on 2014. That has made the game a lot better. There's the textures, the performance. Like I'm hitting 30, 40, upwards of 30 FPS, constantly on the absolute maximum graphical settings. Mind you, this game is I couldn't get like 15. I'm pretty sure I got like 15 maximum pre-patch, so yes, thank you Wargaming. There's no way I'm going to hit him, by the way, I'm fully aware of this, but How far up does the gun go? Oh, okay, it goes pretty far up. No need to worry, it goes pretty far up, it's fine. Maybe that bit, maybe that bit, we don't know. We will never know. XVM, please, someone give me link to XVM, because I need it. I've played with it since 7 point something, World of Tanks, and you have no idea how awkward it is not playing with XVM. Anyways, first game, first win of the day, and 3 kills. A very, very good match then. The UI has been slightly changed as well, and the entire patch has brought so much, like, polished the game out very, very beautifully, and I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth into playing this game a lot more now. The ammo is a bit expensive. Considering you're at tier 4, the ammo is a bit expensive, and the APCR is obnoxiously expensive, and you have no need to use it, because you can see there, I went through a Hetzer that was angled like this. I went through that side, and it penetrated, did full damage. I got a low damage roll, but isn't affected by his armor. So this gun definitively awesome. The grind itself is only gonna be painful while going through this thing. 43mm of penetration. 43. You are not going to be able to penetrate a Hetzer. Not at all. The next gun you get, 103. Now it becomes playable. Like this, I don't even know what this is. It's like you might as well take out your pistol. 43mm of penetration. Decent damage, but 43mm of penetration. 1.7 aiming time. Yeah, aiming time is again 1.7, so this is a really, really good gun. The derp gun is not bad, but I feel like 300 and what is 350 damage at the rate of fire of 6.67. It isn't bad, especially if you load heat. Sorry, not heat. HE. Then that could be really good. I mean, this could essentially turn into a KV2, but it doesn't do enough. It isn't enough. In my opinion, it isn't enough because its competitor is this, and this is a very, very good gun with a very thick gun mantlet. I suppose you get the same gun mantlet. Yeah, you get the exact same gun mantlet, but I'm going to be using this gun because I prefer it. I prefer staying at a distance, sniping, etc., etc. Playing this like a Stug and earning more money in it. Obviously, tier 4 isn't going to earn a lot of money at all, but you get the point. But what this tank has done is made your grind through the German tank destroyers that much more interesting. Because now, let's take a look at it. So you get the little tractor, you get Panzerjäger probably. If you want to go for the TVs, you get a Marder. That is your standard line, and rest in peace, Marder. But then you can get a Sturmpanzer 2, which is an SPG, so you're not a scumbag, you don't want to play that. You can now get a Hetzer or a Marder 38T. That's a difficult decision. I had both. I played the Hetzer, I played this. You really should get both. They're great tanks, both of them. Then from the Marder, you go on to the Stug III B, which is a very, very good tank. I guess the only question is, if you want to advance through the tiers as quickly as possible, should you bother to go for the Stug? No. Because you get to the Marder 38T, you can then get to this at tier 5. Or you can get to, if you go through the Hetzer, you can get to this Hetzer 3 at tier 5. Which is essentially this tank at tier 5. Yet more armor, better gun, better traverse speed. It is the same tank, only one tier higher and buffed, obviously. And it is a very, very good moneymaker. One of the best moneymaker tanks in the game that is not a premium. For me, certainly by far the best. So this is, you need to pay attention to this tank. This is one of the most fun tanks to play at tier 5. Certainly one of the most fun TDs to play. The troll bus. It is a bus, isn't it? Look at it. It's a bus. Is again a very, very, very fun tank. One of the latest tanks introduced into the game. And get down this line. Obviously, it depends on what line you want to go. So I guess from the mod you have to decide where you want to go with your tanks. If you don't really have a plan and you want to sort of get them all, then I do suggest going for the Stug 3 and the Hetzer, especially if you have tier 6 and tier 7 and let's say just tier 6 and 7 machines in your garage. Then you do want to go for this because it's not that expensive to get, not that long of a grind if you're a good player. And you can get to the Stug 3 through this or through the Hetzer, whichever you prefer, but mind you, this is a competitor to the Hetzer. This is in no way inferior to the Hetzer. Hetzer's a bit overpowered with its derp gun, but this is a very, very potent machine. Not very good armor again, just maybe if you get hit up here, you can bounce flat. I'm not going to bounce anything. If it had 80mm of armor, that would arguably be okay-ish armor if these flat surfaces were 80 as well, and the lower plate 80 as well. Then this would have been like okay armor to basically play as a boxing glove. Just get in front of a let's pick a weak vehicle like Covenanter. Well, I suppose you can do it to a Covenanter right now, but it has let's see, this gun on the Covenanter, 63mm of penetration. Yeah, you're not gonna bounce anything. Trust me, you're not gonna bounce anything in the Stug III Ausf B. But you just ram yourself straight into it and then bang, 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 destroy it, and it can penetrate you. If it had 80mm, you could do that. Now, 50, you play it like a sniper. You play it like a Stug. Strolling through my vehicles right now. Okay. So I'm definitively looking forward to playing this tank, and a couple of the other new German tanks that have been added, and just new tanks in general that have been added into the game. The interface has been redone and it's beautiful now. Again, major patch, so many things. Recently got my hands on it. You can hear the excitement in my voice. This is absolutely incredible, and I want more. Thank you for watching, everybody, and feel free to like the video, give me feedback on what you think about the review. Do you think I didn't mention something important? Do you think I was wrong on some points? Go ahead and give me criticism. Again, I'm not a super experienced player. I'm not Quickie Baby or Ike or whatever. Shout out to the guys, by the way, they're awesome. Just a fairly bad player giving you his assessment. Well, I don't say I'm bad, I say I'm potent. Not horrible player giving you his assessment of the vehicles. Or, in this case of this vehicle in particular. So that's it. Thank you. I've been rambling on for far too long, and if you managed to listen all this time and haven't gotten annoyed by my voice, then congratulations. You are weird. No, it's fine. Thank you, of course. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, and have fun in 9.0, folks, because it's very fun thus far. It's a lot of things, exciting things, very exciting things in this patch. So, see you next time. Goodbye.